Hey guys, how's it going? Guys Vessel here, bringing you another Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 Chapter Challenge walkthrough. Here we are on Chapter 10. I don't think we had too much difficulty with Chapter 9. I'm looking forward to Chapter 11 though. Of course, we again are playing this on the Master Ninja difficulty. There's my good old Chapter 11. Can't wait for that. So yeah, we're playing on the Master Ninja difficulty, just like the rest of the chapters. And what I've done, I've kind of went ahead throughout the clips, and I kind of edited out the deaths. I had about 3 of them at the landmines. You'll see a bit of a stylish wipe when I get to the landmines. The landmines look like manhole covers, if anybody's unfamiliar with the landmine scene, haven't played the game. So I did a edit there, and I did a edit at the Zidonius fight. I had a few hiccups, so I'm sure you guys don't want to see me die, you know, X amount of times. I'm not gonna say how many times. After all, I am professional here, or at least I call myself one at the game. So yeah, there were a few edits here and there, but the rest of the gameplay should be pretty straightforward, without too many interruptions in it. So the first thing you gotta do when you plan this Master Ninja to make it easy on yourself is you have to have on your trusty white DLC outfit. If you don't have this outfit on, the game is 1,000 times more difficult. Now, obviously, that's not true, but I just like to kick ass in the white outfit. So the black one is kind of boring and stale, and of course, you're forced to play with it the first time you play the game. So I'm sick of looking at that one. And it looks kind of gay too. It's got like, you know, black rubber on. It's all tight and everything. Ah. But yeah, so the white outfit, we always got to switch over to that. So here's our chapter 11 or 10. I'll quit talking now.
Impudent apes. How your hubris has grown.
It has?
In a few short millennia we have been away.
That's a long time.
Have you forgotten the era when only the mercy of the Archfiend kept your lowly species alive? You ungrateful monkeys. When High Infernal Priest Dagradai resurrects and restores the Archfiend to power, you will learn your true place on this earth. On behalf of his lordship Dagradai, I deliver you an ultimatum. Submit or die.
Ready to fire, sir! Fire!
Repent. Oh man. So there is Adonius, the I think he is your he's your third Archfiend. Lexi is of course first, Volf is second. Zidonius is probably one of the more enjoyable things to fight. I just like his style, like his or the style you have to take to fight him. I really enjoy it. Makes you pay attention. Of course, Genshin and Liz are like that too, but Zidonius is just his character in general. I just like him. So yeah, I'm gonna look forward to that end fight there. But start the chapter here. I'm gonna make it a point throughout the gameplay to always just make a beeline for the Rocket Man. He, as I've said in the past, is horrible. He can sit in the back, and of course he has unlimited ammo. All the guys in the game have unlimited ammo, but the Rocket Man is the worst because he's a threat at range, and if he doesn't kill you with the rockets, he can stun you, and the other guys will come in and finish you off. So anytime you're encountering these tactical ninjas with the rockets, go after the Rocket Man first. If you don't do anything else, go after the Rocket Man. And these barrels, I think if you're close to the barrels and you shoot them, they'll damage you. And I think it might be set up where and there's a Rocket Man in the back with the fucking SAM sight launcher. I think the barrels do damage you if you blow them up and you're near them. I'm not sure if he can shoot them and kill you too, but I wouldn't put it past this game. But yeah, so again, I kind of ignored the Rocket Man here, and that guy in the back, like I said, has a SAM sight launcher. I took a big risk kind of ignoring him because, as you see, he's a huge issue, and if he hits me with even one of those missiles, it might not kill me, but it's a huge distraction, and then the other guys can come in and finish me off. But I do things here in the gameplay that I might say to do or not to do, but that's because I kind of trust myself with the sort of skills I've gained from playing this game so much. But the best advice is to always take out the Rocket Men first, and I think you will see here in a minute I kind of go in the back and toy with them. That's why I put the I think I switched to the come on, shoot again, man. What you waiting on? Out of ammo or something? I think I switched over to the cannon in here in the end to finish him off. A little bit of punishment for his noob treachery. Here he is again. And no matter how close you get to these guys, they will stick to shooting rockets the majority of the time. So never assume, okay, if I get in close, he'll stop shooting. No, they're going to keep shooting rockets like this dude right here. I'll try to limb him right here, cripple him. I think that's forward. I think that's either square, forward triangle, or forward, square, and triangle to cripple him like that. Different combinations cripple him different ways. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead. Now it's my turn to shoot you with a rocket. And unfortunately it kills him in one hit, but you know, hey, I want a little bit of payback there. So, but other than those unique situations in the game, that cannon right there is pretty useless. I think you saw earlier in chapter, I think it was 6, when you first go to the Aqua Capital, whatever chapter that is. You used, of course, the cannon to fight the boss in there, but it's useless throughout the game, so yeah. Now what I was hoping for right here, I think I got one. Another Rocket Man. It's a dangerous situation right here. And again, I was saying like go for him, but I don't go from here because I kind of keep track of him, and I get stepped on by the mech fiend, and it almost cost me right here. Now when the mech fiends or when anybody's injured, go after them. But then, like I said before, on the chapter where you have to fight the regular Genshin on the flying fortress, those guys, when they blow up, whole block, because the explosion will kill you. And if it doesn't kill you, it'll do massive damage. So if you're injured like how I am right now and the explosion kills or goes off, it will kill you. Yep. So just hold block. You ain't gotta try to like dodge or jump over it. Nothing, just hold block and you will be okay. Took one to the face there. Yeah, I think like now I kind of started to go for him. I guess you can blow the barrels up, huh? So it doesn't appear you can blow the barrels up, or they can blow them up. So just disregard what I said earlier about, you know, them blowing the barrels up. I just wouldn't put it past this game because the Claw Ninjas, you know, they have those shurikens they throw like in the area where you're at, and it goes off like a nuke, and it almost kills you. So, you know, don't take, you know, the cheap tactics of the AI here lightly. All right, I think we are approaching our little gauntlet scene here. Are there dogs coming up? Man, you guys know how I feel about the dogs, man. I just get super depressed when I think I gotta fight dogs. I think this is the best weapon to fight them here. And you, again, you kind of see me wait there. I'm like just inches away from the spawn, and I go forward and the game spawns them. So I stood there, charged the UT up, and then I fight them. I don't run forward. You don't have to run out there to fight them. You can just trigger the spawn. And like I said many times before, yes, no, you're cool. So they're spamming the L1 button. If you know a fight is coming up and you know where the spawn is at by using the sound cues, then you can trigger the spawn and run back to an area where it's cool for you to fight them at. So you can do that with a lot of enemies in the game. And right there, I cleared the dogs. I didn't lose any health, and I go back and save. And I've said this before, the reason for that is because if I die in this next fight coming up here, I get to respawn right here at the checkpoint with the dogs already being cleared. and being a bit of a save before I go back and save again, because I don't want to have to open that chest if I die. So little things like that that you can do to kind of keep things from being so repetitive if you do die is to excuse me, I had to stretch there, is to kind of go back and save if you're not sure about your abilities to pass the next encounter without dying. And of course, if you die, you know, one time, you get a little stressed, you die again, it's like, fuck this game. Then you die 3 more times, and it's like, oh, they're cheating. And next thing you know, you spend a half an hour on one fight. So yeah, saving when you have a lot of health doesn't, kind of remove some of that stress there, because you're gonna die when you play this difficulty here. So basically, what I'm doing right here, as I've done in the previous chapters, is I'm kind of controlling the engagement. Of course, you have a lot of space to go and fight outside. But I want to fight on my side because there are at least 2 rocket men on that balcony up there that will use me for target practice if I go out there. So what I do is I stay in here and I have cover from the rocket men. Yeah, the space is more confined. It gives them more room to jump me in here, but I'll take my chances versus getting hit by a rocket man and then getting hit by the grab and then killing me. So as you can see, it's much safer in here. And plus I have a lot of walls, so I can throw the guys into the wall and get the guillotine throw off on them as well. And that kills them too. It doesn't kill them, it delimb them. So if you're in a room with a real tight spot, just spam the guillotine throw. And I'll see people in the comment section of my other videos like, oh, you're playing really cheap, or this, that, or the other, you're no skill doing a guillotine throw. Well, you have to remember that you're playing the game on Master Ninja difficulty. The only other difficulty I surpass is this, is Ultimate Ninja, which you can't play on in story mode. But for the most part, it's pretty much, all or nothing in here. So if there's a tactic you can use, guillotine throws or abusing the save points, then do it. I mean, you don't have to, but if you like starting over and if you like getting wrecked, and this game will wreck you, then don't take any of my tactics here I show you into practice. Don't take any of them. Just charge straight in, mash all the buttons on the controller, and your life will be stress-free. No, it won't. It'll probably be the most stressful thing you've ever done, because you'll keep dying over and over again. You'll get mad at the game, but whatever. So here comes a little edit point right here that I talked about at the beginning of the chapter, where we kind of edit out because I die on these landmines, and I die like 2 or 3 times here. So we don't want to see me die there. Yeah, let's make sure we get this on the left here. Yeah, so then when I first played this, the footprints are there, but I'm like, footprints, whatever. And after a while I realized you're supposed to walk on the footprints. That's where it's safe at. And I'm like, oh man, look where I'm at. I'm like, man, once up either way I can get blown up again here. I think I made it through though. And then right again here, excuse me, then right here again, you see how I'm shooting the arrow, the bow and arrow, and I'm strafing back and forth. I just kind of want to remind you guys that if you strafe back and forth while aiming and shooting the arrow, you can shoot it faster. If you stand still and shoot the arrow, of course you shoot it slower and you're more vulnerable as well. So make sure you practice that. And look out for this landmine right here, because if you walk over it, of course it will, do major damage to you. Yeah, I almost missed that one. During the gameplay, I was like, what's this? And I took a step forward, and that would have been mad damage right there. Now, I'm charging the UT because I think, or I thought that there's a guy around the corner, and it is, but again, the spawning. So you have to trigger the spawn. Like, he's just standing there, look at him. You can, this was done, well, I don't know. Either one of these attacks, the Nempos will do mad damage. Oh, there it is. You can blow up the barrels. See, so what I was saying earlier about the barrels blowing up, I guess I was wrong. Then and right now, you can blow up the barrels, and they probably do kill you, but just don't mess with the barrels. Yep, so I just triggered the spawn and bait him in, and of course, again, every time, guys, you kill that guy, hold your block button. And then right here is the new move, because I forgot I had the wind blades on. And yeah. Strafing again with that arrow. Now this right here is pretty dumb, because I went for it and I didn't see any footprints. And I'm like, well, I should be able to get it. But then now that I think about it, the fact that there are no footprints means that I can't get to it. So it's a bit of a cheat move on the game there, but again, this is Master Ninja, so the entire thing is cheap. I think I had a retard moment right here. I was trying to shoot the ground. Okay, I made it through. You guys won't see it, but there was a moment where I was trying to like shoot the snow to detonate the mines. I don't know why I did that. Obviously, it wasn't going to work, but sometimes I have moments like that where I do things like that. So. Got a cool little gauntlet coming up here. Now here, as you guys get to see me, I've gotten a little better with the Kasuragami. Not a lot, but a little better with it. And yeah. I'm improving. I can't play with the weapon all the time, because then these walkthroughs would be much more difficult. And I had a buddy of mine years ago. He'd fight his way into heaven and hell with the Kasuragami. He wouldn't use anything else. He thought they was the best weapon in the world. Well, that and a true dragon sword. You know, we would be fighting, you know, Fiend Genshin or Liz or Zidonius, or you know, the Fiend Ryu in Chapter 5, or Awesome in Chapter 5, Team Mission Chapter 5, and he would use the Kasuragami. So there are people out there who think this is the best weapon ever created. It's more of a dilemma and cripple weapon. It's not, in my opinion, a brawling weapon because of the skill cap that's required to use it, or skill gap, should I say. You can't press any button and go with it. Now the flails, those little Viking weapons, the little nunchucks with the hooks on them, yeah, those are, you know, entry-level weapons. You just press buttons and they work, but the trade-off is they're super weak. So I guess you have the flails at the bottom of the list, and you have the tonfas and the Kasuragami at the top of the list. And if you've played like any other Ninja Gaiden game, you've always had the dragon sword or true dragon sword. It's always had the same mechanics for the most part. I think in Sigma 1 you had the dual blades in there. I don't think they were called the dual blades, so, but you did have them near the end of the game. So some of the weapons are you know, kind of familiar to Ryu and to you as a player if you played them, but other weapons are not. So I tried to get the OT on that guy just for the hell of it, but it didn't work. So, and I think there's a chest out here. You go up these steps, go down this balcony right here. There might be a chest with a herb of life in it. I could be wrong though. I guess I was wrong. And I'm looking around, I'm playing, I'm like, man, I know there's a chest over here, because oftentimes in the game there will be just different paths you can take, and it's like, well, why would they put a path there that doesn't have anything in it? And that path there was just to waste my time. So yeah. And I think right here I made a new move. I always talk about using the flails to fight. Yeah, the fish, the ghost fish, I didn't have them on, and I paid for it right here. I think these are the best weapons to fight the fish. Let me make that clear. They're not for anything else in the game. They're just for the fish. So if you're playing on Acolyte or, you know, Warrior, then yeah, you can, you know, use these weapons all game. If you're playing on Master Ninja, the flails have one purpose, and that's to fight the ghost fish. Nothing else. And you hear a sound cue here in a minute. I'm gonna stop talking. You can listen. You hear that little echoey sound in the background? You can always, you know, let your ears tell you where enemies are, as opposed to looking for them. Because with the ghost fish, by the time you see them, it's too late and they're already up on you and killing you. So keep that in mind. And then another thing to look out for with these guys is if you see one or two of them, it's usually, you know, 6 or 7 of them around the corner. So never assume it's just that those one or two enemies. It's always, they always kind of like, you know, I guess hunt in packs, you know. So look out for that. Expect more than what you see. We got a little surprise gauntlet here. We got Precious guillotine throw. See, you just throw them to the wall and it's going to delimb them. That's what you want. A delimbed enemy is very dangerous, but it makes it much easier for you to kill. And you can use his, you can use the OT as an iframe. So if you're about to take massive damage, if you, you know, go for the OT, you're invincible or invulnerable. And that's what the iframe is called, invulnerability frame or invincibility. It's invulnerability frame. You can't take damage in that. So delimbed enemies are very dangerous, but they can be very helpful as well. And right here, I kind of like put them on my back and slam them to the ground. I'm not sure what button combo that is. I don't want to lie and tell you guys something that it's not, but if I play through the game some more, or when I play through the game some more, and I figure out that button combo, I'll tell you. I think it's like square, square, triangle, triangle, or square, triangle, triangle. I'm not sure. I'll play through the game some more and, you know, make a note of what it is in case some of you guys just like these weapons and you want to do really cool combos with them. And see right there, open a chest and I got only essence. Again, you get only essence from a chest like that if whatever the chest is going to give you is already full in your inventory. So let's say you have max herb of life and max grains of life, and that was just stupid right there. How, see, again, I'm up on his face and he's still shooting rockets. Yeah, man, die. I wish I can kill him again. Goodness. But yeah, so when you open a chest, if your inventory is full with any item, you'll get the money for that item. And I think the money for the item is more than what you can buy it for at the store. The same thing with the on landing UT. If you kill an enemy and you jump in the air and then hold triangle when you land, or as you're landing, it'll suck up the essence, and then you'll do the ultimate attack faster. And then the enemies you killed with that ultimate attack give you more essence than just killing them regularly and then picking up the essence. So it's always beneficial to do it that way. There are little things you can do to manipulate the, I guess, currency in the game. And be sure to check all these cards in here, because I thought there was another car that had another pickup item in it, but I guess I was wrong though. So that's it for the train. I don't know why I switched right here. Actually, I switched back. Okay, cool. I switched back to the Kusurigami because the troll out here has a unique hitbox, a unique hitbox between his leg. So if you get it between his legs, and of course, I want to remind everybody, you can block the stump. Please block the stump. Do not be that guy in team missions and getting killed by the stump. That is so irritating. But you can block the stump every time. But back to the hitbox. So I'm between his legs and I'm swinging these, and if I'm in the right spot under his legs, it hits both his legs. So it's like having the tonsils or the dual blades, but hit both of his legs at the same time. And of course, it makes killing him a little easier, speeds the process up. You don't have to do it this way. I just do it this way, just because, to change the pacing of the game a bit. It sure is.
Ultimately signifying nothing.
What?
None have survived the purgatory of my flame. Not even those of the dragon lineage.
We'll see about that.
All that remains
Ooh, tough guy. He's not. He's not. Well, actually, he did kill me a couple of times. So I guess he is tough. But he comes back reborn in hell, or what is hell in here? The underworld, or whatever it is. There's a chapter dedicated to fighting all the enemies again in the underworld. And of course, he comes back and he's more aggressive, which is really cool. I don't think there's anything in the cell, so you can go ahead and push on forward. But into this hall, watch out. More ghost fish. And sometimes you won't even hear them or see them. But luckily, you have me doing the guide, so I can tell you where they're at. And I'm kind of standing here right now because if you hear them kind of humming in the background. And what I was hoping for, how I was saying earlier, how you can kind of manipulate the spawn, I was hoping I can get close to them and they would come around the corner. That didn't work, so I figured, they're around the corner, so I say, well, I'll switch right here and I use the void nipple. Hopefully that'll kill them. That didn't work either. So I end up going to the end of the corner right here, and they didn't do too much damage, but you know, prefer not to lose any health at all. Now, that was a cool move right there. I don't know how I did it. Yeah, I know, pretty badass. Look at my character. Man, and I think coming up here in a minute, I'm like, man, when I was recording, I said, how did I do that? I mean, run a wall and try it again, you know? It looked really cool. And I have a couple fails here. Yeah, it didn't work out. Moving along. So yeah, that was a nice move. But again, that kind of brings back what I was saying about the flails. They look cool, but they don't do any damage, you know? So, oh man. And the cool thing about these tactical ninjas is that they don't know how to swim. Vonnegut taught the boys in Black Ops 3 how to swim, but Team Ninja didn't teach these guys here how to swim. So obviously, you just throwing them in the water. Yeah, nice try, buddy. Throwing them in the water just kills them instantly, no matter what kind of health they have. So keep that in mind. Unless you, again, don't like, you know, tips and tricks like that. Throwing enemies into the water to kill them, guillotine throw to delim them. If you don't like that kind of stuff, then you don't have to throw them into the water. I just do it because it makes it easier to get rid of them. All right, back to the commentary. Hang on one second. Swings over. There we are. Okay. Miramusa's shop. So you kind of see here I got 15,000 essence. And this was a carry on to the other chapters. Then this money would keep stacking. So that kind of goes back to what I was saying about using the essence from one enemy to get a UT or on landing UT, and using it to kill other enemies, and you get more essence. Now I think in chapter 14, I'm actually caught in a bad spot because I don't have any items in my inventory, and it's a super long gauntlet. You'll see it when I upload chapter 14, and I am like struggling. I might leave all the deaths in there on 14, and yeah, it's pretty rough in 14. Just take that OT right there, just for the hell of it. He's like, wow. Suffer. Man, jumping puzzles. Not a fan of these either. But fortunately for us that they don't put too many of them in the game. I think I get caught in the gears right here. Yeah. Obviously the gears can kill you. So yeah, try to avoid those. I'm not sure what I was going for here with the Nempo change. I don't really know. Come on, man, let me get on the railings. Goodness. And then that guy on the ground back there shooting the sub at me. I had just hoped that he would, like, I was able to leave him alone, but I don't think that happened like that. I actually think he climbed the steps too. I think I'll open this diary and read it. This diary is pretty funny, or notebook. I can't help but laugh at myself writing in this stupid little book. No dear diary for me. I'll date this thing. Look in the eyes for a minute with masturbation or locked eyes. It takes guts just looking at the guy. Man. That's a bad dude if he says it takes guts just to look at you. Man, I think about it. Yeah, that's a bad dude right there. Gaiden wasn't OP or broken until he became a fiend. But you guys will see that later. And he's not even OP. He's just, really, really too strong. Which I guess is another way of saying he's overpowered, isn't it? So yeah. I don't know why I decided to scroll through this book like this. But when I started reading it, I said, man, it's actually pretty funny. I think there's a scene where he's like jokes on him. Oh yeah, like right here, he says, "No, sir, I didn't read it. Not a single page." Yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, shortly we'll be coming up on another transition here. Like I said, I died a couple times on Zidonius, and you'll see the transition. I put it that way on purpose for you to see it, but I just wanted to kind of remind you guys that transition is coming up here in a minute. So, in the meantime, we have more jumping puzzles to get through. Yeah. And see what I was saying about that guy down there? Somehow he's managed to get up to this level right here. I guess the floor is open and he's shooting at me through the floor. Man, whatever. He's still irritating though. Good thing he can stun me and I get stuck right there. More health orbs, which I don't understand. Well, I don't understand what triggers the health orbs in the chest, because they can just give you the herbs of life. And there's a checkpoint up here too, so it's really silly because you get the health orbs up here or from the chest, and then you get the checkpoint. So the checkpoint is going to always heal you. Pretty weird. I guess maybe you can go back and if you die, and then you come back and save. I don't know. I don't understand the logic of the health orb chest. Wait, here, serious. Be quiet, be quiet.
For the one who first bestowed the precious gift of fire upon you pitiful apes. Was none other than I. Zidonius, ruler of flame.
That wasn't in my history book.
You are ignorant in the ways of the world as an infant in its cradle, ninja. Without my fire, the petty dreams of your species would never have taken flight. Yet your ancestors and the dragon lineage tried to extinguish that flame. Do you not think that foolish?
I don't care.
Then let the fires of hell consume the last descendant of the hated dragon lineage.
All right, so here we are with the fight against Sidonius. Blades of Nempo, or wind blades for Nempo, are really good here because, of course, they delimb most enemies, and the ones they can kill, they kill, but they delimb. And you want to get rid of those water dragons as quickly as possible, so you can focus right here on Zed. So right here, he went for the fireball attack. It's crucial you guys note what I'm doing right here. Fireball, dash, flying swallow. That's what that is right there. He does it again, dash, flying swallow, and you counter him. So when you see him doing that, do that as well. Well, don't do that as well, but when you see him going for the fireball attack, you dash, and you go in for the flying jump and go in for the flying swallow. And then that stuns him right there, and it stops him from doing that attack. So obviously I'm not close to him. I'm not trying to risk that counter with these guys around me. And I'm kind of watching them and him at the same time. You're going to have to be able to do that if you're going to make it through Master Ninja. Kind of keep an eye on what's going on. And then just burning the info on the last guy, no point in chasing him around. Best case scenario, it kills him. Worst case scenario, it injures him. I get caught right there. So you saw me jump. I jumped, but I missed the flying swallow. So yeah, dash, jump, flying swallow. And that knocks him out of that little attack right there again. So right here at the end of the fight, don't even waste time trying to save your Nempo here. Just burn through all of them if you have to avoid being grabbed, to avoid anything. Just burn the Nempo. And then as you can see here, the Nempo cannot hurt this guy. No Nempo you cast can hurt Zed. Oh, now see right there, I don't know what happened because it was really stupid. I was moving the controller, I'm like move, and it didn't work. But pro tip right here, guys, if you have a large amount of health and you get grabbed by this guy, just hit down on the D-pad, and when he's done killing you 90% of the way, the game will allow you to use a healing orb or a healing item, because that last hit will do a lot of damage to you as well. So if he grabs you, you're not instantly dead if you're playing solo. You hit down the D-pad, and then when before the last hit comes in, you can heal up. If you don't heal up, then the full grab will kill you. And that's it for chapter 10. Here we go. Oh man, that was an adventure. Well guys, that about wraps it up for the chapter challenge walkthrough on the Master Ninja difficulty. That's chapter 10. What's wrong, man? I can't speak. Chapter 10. 10. So I'm going to be cutting the commentary here, and I'll be back in a couple of days, depending on when I upload the next video, with chapter 11. I'm looking forward to it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.